Chernobyl's shadows. Hey everyone! Ever wondered what secrets lie within the most haunted places on Earth? Today, we're venturing into the eerie, abandoned city of Pripyat, near the infamous Chernobyl nuclear power plant. Imagine walking through silent streets where nature has reclaimed the concrete jungle, trees growing through buildings, vines entangling playgrounds, and the haunting silhouettes of decaying Soviet-era structures. The air is thick with whispers of the past, and every shadow seems to watch your every move. Welcome to Chernobyl's Shadows, a place where time stands still and mysteries await at every corner. April 26, 1986. On this fateful night, reactor number 4 at the Chernobyl nuclear power plant suffered a catastrophic meltdown, resulting in the worst nuclear disaster the world has ever seen. The explosion released massive amounts of radioactive material into the atmosphere, contaminating vast areas of Europe. In the aftermath, over 100,000 people were evacuated, leaving behind their homes, belongings, and memories. The exclusion zone spans 30 kilometers around the reactor and was established as an uninhabitable area due to dangerous radiation levels. But as years turned into decades, the desolate landscapes of Chernobyl began to stir imaginations. Tales of ghost sightings, mutated creatures, and unexplained phenomena started to emerge. Was it just folklore, or was there something more lurking in the shadows? These questions have drawn adventurers, scientists, and conspiracy theorists alike, all seeking to uncover the truths hidden within this nuclear wasteland. Meet Alex, a fearless urban explorer with a passion for uncovering the unknown. With a camera in one hand and a map in the other, Alex has ventured into some of the most remote and abandoned places on Earth. But Chernobyl is different. This isn't just another location on the bucket list. It's personal. Alex's grandfather worked at the Chernobyl plant before the disaster, and the family has carried the weight of that legacy ever since. Recently, rumors of strange disappearances in the exclusion zone have sparked Alex's curiosity. Determined to unveil the truth, they prepare for the journey of a lifetime. One stormy night, Alex receives a mysterious package without a return address. Inside is a worn-out diary filled with cryptic entries about the shadows and awakening forces. Tucked between the pages is an old photograph showing a blurred figure standing amidst the ruins of Pripyat, its eyes glowing faintly in the darkness. The final diary entry reads, "They are watching. They are waiting. Venture if you dare." Despite friends' warnings and tales of people vanishing without a trace, Alex feels an irresistible pull. The combination of personal history and the enigmatic clues is too compelling to ignore. Armed with essential gear, a Geiger counter, protective clothing, and the diary, Alex sets off towards the forbidden exclusion zone, ready to face whatever lies ahead. Under the cover of twilight, Alex approaches the heavily guarded perimeter of the exclusion zone. Security is tight, but they've planned meticulously. Using knowledge gathered from fellow explorers, Alex navigates through a network of old drainage tunnels that lead beneath the fences. Emerging on the other side, they're greeted by a landscape that feels like another world. The silence is overwhelming. No bustling streets, no chattering crowds, just the rustling of leaves and the distant howl of the wind. Buildings stand like ghosts of the past, windows shattered, walls adorned with fading murals from a bygone era. As Alex moves deeper, the Geiger counter begins to click steadily, a constant reminder of the invisible dangers that surround them. Despite the eerie atmosphere, there's a strange beauty in the decay. Wildflowers bloom where sidewalks once lay, and wildlife roams free, undisturbed by human presence. Yet an unshakable feeling creeps in, the sensation of being watched. Shadows seem to flit just out of sight, and every snapped twig sets the heart racing. But curiosity drives Alex onward, into the heart of Pripyat. As dusk settles, Alex sets up camp inside an old apartment building. While exploring the rooms, they stumble upon peculiar sights. In one unit, mirrors are shattered but arranged to reflect light in odd patterns. In another, plants grow in unusual shapes, flowers with shimmering petals and vines that pulse faintly with light. It's as if the radiation has altered not just the DNA of these organisms, but their very essence. Then the unexplainable happens. Voices, not clear words but whispers, seem to echo through the corridors. Alex strains to listen, attributing it to the wind, but the whispers grow louder, more distinct. Footsteps are heard on the floor above, Yet a search reveals no one. Objects appear to have been moved when Alex returns to the camp. A compass now points east instead of north, and the diary seems to flip open to different pages on its own. An unsettling thought takes root. Perhaps the legends aren't just stories. The line between reality and the supernatural begins to blur, and for the first time, Alex contemplates turning back. Driven by a mix of fear and determination, Alex presses on and discovers a concealed entrance behind a collapsed bookstore. It leads to an underground facility not marked on any map. Inside, old machinery hums faintly, powered by unknown sources. The walls are lined with containment chambers, some shattered from the inside. Digging through dusty files and flickering computer screens, Alex uncovers shocking information. It appears that secret experiments were conducted here. Attempts to harness radiation to accelerate evolution, create superorganisms, or perhaps even weaponize mutations. Video logs show scientists discussing Project Shadow, referencing successful trials that exceeded their wildest expectations. One log sends chills down Alex's spine. We've created life beyond our control. They adapt, they learn, and they are no longer confined by our limitations. The realization hits hard. The unexplained phenomena, the disappearances, the mutated flora and fauna, they're all connected. The exclusion zone isn't just a contaminated area, it's a breeding ground for something far more sinister. As equipment begins to malfunction and the lights flicker violently, Alex feels the environment turning hostile. Electronic devices emit piercing noises, and a static charge seems to fill the air. Panic sets in, but the exit is no longer accessible. The way is blocked, as if the facility itself is alive and intent on keeping its secrets. In the dim glow of emergency lights, shadows begin to move independently of any source. From the darkness, figures emerge, beings that defy all understanding. One creature stands tall, humanoid in shape, but with elongated limbs and skin that appears translucent. Veins carrying luminescent blood are visible beneath the surface. Its eyes are piercing, reflecting a predatory intelligence. Another crawls along the walls, insect-like with a carapace that shifts colors to blend with the surroundings. These aren't mindless mutants. They're the results of the experiments. Creatures evolved far beyond natural limits. They communicate with each other through clicks and eerie harmonics that resonate through the facility. Alex realizes they're being studied, just as a scientist observes a specimen. The horrifying truth sinks in. Humans are no longer at the top of the food chain here. In a desperate attempt to escape, Alex tries to reason with them, even though rationally, they know it's futile. The creatures respond with a cacophony of sounds that seem almost like distorted laughter. The chase begins, and it's clear these beings are toying with their new prey. Adrenaline surges as Alex races through the labyrinth of tunnels and corridors. The creatures are fast, but Alex uses the environment to their advantage, throwing obstacles in the path, triggering old security doors to slam shut, and using flare sticks to momentarily blind the pursuers. At a critical juncture, Alex reaches the reactor control room, a place still humming with residual energy. Remembering their grandfather's tales of the plant's fail-safe systems, Alex initiates an overload in a nearby transformer, causing a massive electrical discharge. The burst momentarily disrupts the creatures, giving Alex a slim window to escape. Bursting out of the facility and back into the open air, Alex is confronted by more of the beings. All seems lost until an unexpected ally appears, a fellow explorer named Sophia, who had been tracking similar anomalies. Together, they create a diversion using homemade devices that emit frequencies disrupting the creature's senses. The teamwork pays off, and they manage to break free from the immediate threat. As dawn breaks, Alex and Sophia reach the edge of the exclusion zone. The creatures halt their pursuit, withdrawing into the safety of the shadows as sunlight floods the landscape. Exhausted and shaken, the two reflect on the harrowing ordeal. "We can't let this be hidden," Sophia insists. "People need to know what's really happening here." Alex hesitates, understanding the chaos and fear such revelations could unleash. The weight of the decision is heavy. They contemplate the ethical implications, the safety of the world versus the potential for mass hysteria or exploitation of the creatures. In the end, they agree to safeguard the information until they can find a way to expose the truth responsibly. But one thing is certain: their lives and their understanding of reality will never be the same again. And there you have it, a journey into the heart of darkness, where the lines between science and myth blur. Chernobyl's shadows hide more than just the remnants of a disaster. They conceal the consequences of humanity's hubris and the unforeseen paths of evolution. So next time you hear whispers of what lurks in the abandoned corners of the world, remember Alex's story. Some doors, once opened, can't be closed, and some truths come with a price. Thanks for joining me on this spine-chilling adventure. If you enjoyed this tale and want more explorations into the unknown, don't forget to like, share, and subscribe. Stay curious, stay safe, and until next time, keep an eye on the shadows.